Hi, it's a winning Wednesday. Let's do some sports. Black Stars head coach CK Akonnor is optimistic about his team's chances of securing qualification to the 2022 African Cup of Nations tournament, despite losing 1-0 to Sudan yesterday. An injury time goal from Mohamed Abdul Rahman secured all 3 points from the hosts in the Group C Match 4 fixture at Al Hilal Stadium in Omdurman.
That showed more hunger than us. Not because we didn't want to do anything, win. We wanted to win, but if I look at the way we played in Ghana and the way we played here, I feel there's a bit of improvement. Of course, also the way we prepared before these two assignments was not an easy one, and so at the end we had more the necessary guys that we need, those we need to be on board, and they came in. Unfortunately, they did their best, but it wasn't enough. Those who had the chance to play did their part, but of course it wasn't enough for us to carry the day. Of course, we played without many key players, and the likes of the captain, Kudus, and other people. And so, looking at all this, I strongly believe that we did well. What I can say is that we learned from this mistake, from the mistakes we've made, and of course, in March we have two matches coming on, and I strongly believe, and I can assure any Ghanaians that we'll do our best to qualify.
Now the defeat has denied the Black Stars an early qualification for the next continental showpiece in Cameroon, as a win or draw would have been enough. Now to some CAF Champions League stories, and CAF has announced the match officials expected to take charge of Asante Kotoko's Champions League preliminary round against FC Nouadhibou. The Porcupine Warriors will travel to Mauritania for the first leg tie scheduled for November 27. Gausu Kane has been named as a referee for the match and will be assisted by compatriots Baba Yomombila and Amadou Belli GC. Now, Boubou Traore will be the fourth official, with Abdul Lakasim Abdallah from Morocco as the match commissioner. Benin's Issa Mohammed will be in charge of Asante Gold's CAF Confederations Cup preliminary round against Salitas from Burkina Faso. He will be assisted by Kodugbo Augustin Komakambe, and Lucien Tojenyo Hotunu, with Jindo Luis Hugundani as fourth official. The match commissioner for the game is Rainer William Seri from Cote d'Ivoire. The match is expected to be played on 29th November. Let's do some European stories, and EFL clubs have voted to allow teams 5 substitutions per match, starting on Friday in the Sky Bet Championship game between Coventry and Birmingham. In August, Premier League clubs voted against allowing teams to make 5 substitutions per game in the 2021 season. The English top flight is the only major European league that has decided against continuing with the system this season, used towards the end of last term after the coronavirus pandemic truncated the length of the 2019-20 campaign. Manager Gareth Southgate wants the Premier League to reconsider its limits of 3 substitutions per match as injuries mount amid a congested schedule. Raheem Sterling and Jordan Henderson have been withdrawn from the national squad ahead of their final Nations League group stage game against Iceland today with fitness concerns.
Changes in the Nations League. It wasn't there in September. We got it installed for October, November. We've got a condensed season with a high level of matches for everybody and no winter break in the Premier League. So how do we lessen the load for the players? And that is, as I can see, the only way to do that. Fortunately, a lot of the injuries are small muscular, but then every now and then we're getting more serious ones, and the worry would be that we're not even into the heat of the season, really. December, January are going to be incredibly intense. The 5 subs has helped us. We've done our best to try and manage this period, and I think the clubs, if they review it in the right way and think about what's important for the players and their squads, because if they lose players then they're going to have to invest money in more. I think there's a lot of sense in looking at it.
Now let me take you through some of the UEFA Nations League fixtures that will be going on tonight. And Bosnia and Herzegovina will be hosting Italy as Poland will be playing against Netherlands. Now Belgium will be playing against Denmark. England versus Iceland. Austria will be hosting Norway. Czech Republic will be hosting Slovakia. Israel versus Scotland. Hungary versus Turkey. And Serbia will go against Russia. We switch gears to tennis, and there is a considerable doubt as to whether January's Australian Open can be staged in Melbourne as planned. The Tennis Channel reports the Victoria's government will not be allowed players to arrive in mid-December. Tennis Australia had hoped that they will be able to practice during the 14-day quarantine before 2 weeks of action leading into the Australian Open. According to reports, the state government's decision is unlikely to change. Let's do some boxing, and British WBA Super World Middleweight Champion Callum Smith will fight Saul Canelo Alvarez on December 19th. The fight will take place in the United States with the venue still to be confirmed. Mexican Alvarez is seen as one of the best fighters in boxing and has held world belts in 4 weight divisions. Smith is unbeaten in 27 fights, defending his world title twice since winning it from George Groves in 2018. So that's all for MX Breaks on Sports. I am Solon Saki. Stay watching MX24.